I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, May the 3rd, where this market continues to gain ground here and really showing no signs of stopping. Every time something gets in its way, it just blows right through it. Like we saw a little hiccup there on Monday when your grains were up so big after everybody thought that the crop damage from the weekend storms, especially in the southern plains, were going to cause things to change in what we're expecting for yields on our grain markets. But a lot of that got erased by Tuesday when we had 2 straight days of just wonderful weather in the southern plains. And even though your hard red winter wheat, Kansas City Wheat Board, was not back down, but it was only up 2 cents, but still gaining 30 cents so far for this week. But you look at the cattle board, live cattle futures, June contract was up 292, trying to stay within shouting distance of the cash market, but it was just June that saw the big gains. When you got to August, it was only about 60 cents, and then from then on, you didn't see any support at all. But your feeder cattle futures regained all the Monday's losses from the sharp springboard and grain markets, and feeder cattle contracts for May were up $1.02. So we're over 30 cents higher for Kansas City wheat, which is a big jump because we just haven't seen a whole lot of volatility really in any of the grains, especially your wheat markets. But you know, if that should continue, and depending on how much damage we did have in the southwest Kansas region there, it could cause some of these wheat farmers to try to make more of a crop. They might not cut as much wheat hay as what they had thought. Even on a lower yielding field, they might go ahead and try to make a crop out of that wheat instead of just using it for some kind of forage. And we haven't got to this point yet, and it's probably too late, but most of the wheat that you were going to make a crop out of, you had to get the cattle off of it middle of March there. But if you had some big fields that weren't heavily stocked, some of these farmers might kick the cattle off of them or pull the rug out from some leased grazers there to get them off of that wheat so they can do something more with it. But you look at some markets there on Tuesday, El Reno, Oklahoma's calf sale at the OKC West at 3,000 head. The market was called by the government market reporter $6 to $8 higher on calves. If you look at the beef market central market report there, automated market report, you look at the prices there on calves and it looks more than that. It looks more like $8 to $16 higher. West Plains, Missouri, Ozarks Regional Stockyard is extremely wet. They've had heavy flooding in south central Missouri there, but they did have a sale at West Plains. The stockers and the stocking calves that they had there were called 15 to 20 bucks higher. So it's just really, really wild on these what's left of the stocker calves, and sure enough on any calf weight yearlings that are left out there if you could find one. But look at an individual quote out of Loop City, Nebraska, 245 on Tuesday afternoon, had 92 head of steers weighing 655, bring 172.50. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday.